Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm S. Maxine Fisher, an author, fiber artist, and queer parent of one, working to take back my time so that I can nurture the seeds of creativity and success in my life, and hopefully yours. I'm excited to have you along for the journey. In today's video, I want to share some exciting business updates, as well as some mini life updates. I am getting back into the swing of YouTube after a brief hiatus since we had a baby recently. And I will be posting some more content in the coming weeks. So smash that subscribe button if you like what you see and would want to see the next few episodes I'll be coming out with. So business updates. First of all, I want to comment on the elephant in the room, which is why I haven't been uploading content for some time. My wife and I both work full-time, and with the baby, it's increasingly been a challenge to find productive hours outside of caring for our child where I can make and upload a video. At one point I did establish a posting schedule, but when I finally started making more content, I ran into some technical challenges where I didn't have enough storage or bandwidth to then edit the footage that I posted, so it was kind of a vicious cycle. So I did take a break from YouTube, and meanwhile I invested in the hardware I needed, made some decisions about what I really wanted to focus on in this channel, which is crochet, as well as the business aspect of being a queer fiber artist serving the Pride community. Then when I did finally shoot some more videos, I went to edit them this week and discovered that everything I shot had to be thrown out because the audio is all wonky. So this is take 3 of True Color Studios YouTube channel, and I really am excited to finally have you along for the ride. I think that this is going to be exciting. I have lots of things to share. Over the past few months, I have had 3 successful markets. So my first one was in kind of a rural area at a counseling and mental wellness center. And I took everything that I had made over the past year, which was actually a lot of inventory. I started out with crocheting handbags and wallets, but quickly moved into what I felt was going to be something more popular and that I really enjoyed crocheting more, which is Amigurumi. Some of you noticed the video one of the first videos I shot way back, the Dollar Tree chenille review, where I crocheted my first plushie, which was a mini blue axolotl. So I have been doing a lot more amigurumi ever since. I've really branched out, and I follow a couple different YouTube accounts, one of which is CrochetbyGenna, and I'm actually now part of their Patreon community. The first market I did super well, and I'll share my takeaways from that event in a separate video. After that event, I did 2 different Pride-focused markets, both of which were local to me and organized by the same event coordinator, and those really went phenomenal. I was almost completely cleaned out at the first Pride event and had to do a mad dash to restock inventory for the second one. All the while our son got sick, he was teething, he's been up and down half the night every night. So unfortunately, I did not get any footage from that process. It was just flying by the seat of my pants, trying to take stock of what things really sold well in the first market and increase my inventory so that I had something to sell the next time. Because of the extreme weather this summer, I decided I am not going to do any more in-person events until the fall. So I am focusing on keeping up on my Etsy orders and just building up inventory so that I have plenty to sell once we get to Outfest season and around the autumn and winter holidays. I definitely will start creating more videos about that process, so I'm hoping to take you along for that leg of the journey. In other news, I started pattern testing for a couple different creators, including the one creator I enjoy following, CrochetbyGenna. Some of you who are in the crochet community may be familiar with some of her patterns, which you can see on my yarn wall back here. She's a plushie maker, designs a lot of cute and simple patterns that I enjoy. So I am always looking for good things to sell in person and give a little Pride twist to. So I joined Genna's Patreon, and I've been testing some of her latest makes. So I want to show off a couple of items. This was adopted by my son immediately after I finished the pattern test, so I had to make some more to sell, and I have been hand painting the sinker safety eyes that I add to these, and I also make them like with the baby safe embroidered eyes. They're just really cute and snuggly. What else do I have? We did some unicorns. So she came out with a unicorn pattern, and of course I had to make some pride unicorns, and I really want to make these in every pride flag, but I started with the transgender, the non-binary, and the rainbow ones here. And hopefully I'll be doing a limited drop of these eyes in the upcoming months, which are a rainbow sparkle eye. And finally, what I have, oh, we came out with this, that hopefully that pattern will be posted by the time this video goes up. This is Finny the Ferret, and he got some cool little albino candy eyes to go with him. I love this pattern, and this was my first attempt at using Feels Like Bliss yarn. I've definitely heard a lot of the criticisms of it. It's a very unique yarn. It can be challenging to work with because it's very slippery, and it has a unique way of stretching because of the way that the fuzzy yarn is twisted and woven and chained together. But if you go in knowing what you're in for, I think it's really neat. It made a cute ferret, and I don't think I would have made him in a different type of yarn because he's just really fuzzy. He's got like that ferret fuzz to him. Let's see what else I've been doing. I've been working on some bigger projects. I will post some pictures in this video. So this one was inspired by my son. It is the mushroom guy of Reddit infamy. Someone made this pattern using blanket yarn and posted on Reddit how they expected it to be kind of small and dinky, and they ended up crocheting a baby. So here he is in our pack and play. This is indeed a toddler-sized mushroom guy. It's almost as big as our kid. He's definitely taller than this little one with its little wispy legs, but I absolutely love it. It is a very detailed and ingenious pattern. I love how it all comes together and how intricately shaped it is. I'm really excited to see this guy adopted and go to his forever home. So he is up on my Etsy shop now. What else did I do? Finally, I was able to get in a good word for the Pride community to Premier Yarns, which is one of my favorite yarn suppliers. And they came out with a rainbow yarn. It's enough to make a good size shawl. So that's what I'm working on. And I will definitely be showing you guys that process of designing my shawl and testing out that rainbow yarn in a second video. I would love to see a rainbow parfait chunky, or maybe even a self-striping cake of the parfait chunky or the parfait plush, or definitely a trans flag anything, but we are still waiting on that. Okay, life updates. So those of you who follow my channel are probably aware we have a son, and he is going to be 15 months old as of my making this video. He is the love of my world. He was in my arms from the minute he came into the world. And now that my wife and I have been married since 2020, according to Delaware law, both spouses have the same parental rights, even if one parent didn't contribute their DNA to the pregnancy, which is something that comes up in as frequently with hetero couples as it does for queer folks. But I was still planning to do a second parent adoption just to make sure and kind of cover all of our bases. You know, just in case we were to travel to a state that might question those rights or not uphold them in a way I would expect in a normal situation, say in 2024, for instance. Well, 2025 hit, so my wife and I decided that we definitely do need to go forward with the second parent adoption. God forbid anything happen when traveling or at home. We wanted to both feel secure that our son is going to be safe and neither of us would be separated from him for any foreseeable reason. I'm not going to comment extensively on that process here, although I may do another video sharing my experience of how that second parent adoption went. Suffice to say, it was a lot of paperwork because we could not afford an attorney. It was basically just me and her running back and forth to family court, standing in line over and over to sign stuff. But the adoption was at long last finalized, so we can both breathe easier and check that off our parental to-do list. Finally, running a successful business. I apologize, that was a bit of a long saga, and I do want to wrap this video. But the last update I want to share is that at this point, over a year in, I am happy to say that I'm running a successful crochet business. I did establish my Etsy shop, and I'll probably share about that process in a future video. I don't sell a lot of plushies on Etsy because that market is just really saturated right now. But what I do sell on Etsy is custom kippot, which are yarmulkes or skull caps designed for Jewish folks to wear in synagogue, and we wear it in sacred spaces and events. I have a handful of designs that I can do in any pride flag, so I get like 1 to 2 orders per week on those. I also sell packers, which are a personal accessory for transmasculine people, non-binary folks, and are used sometimes for drag performers or cosplay artists who need help getting a costume to fit correctly. I also just started making, as I noted before, the hand-painted safety eyes for crochet plushies, and I'm getting ready to drop a collection of pride-themed eyes in time for Outfest. So far I've been able to maintain really good ratings and actually get enough of a steady income that I can help my family afford daycare, which is really going to help take the burden off both of our shoulders of just having time to work and breathe and also spend quality focused time with family. And between all that, even get the laundry done maybe. That would be very nice. I'm excited about where the business is going. I've always been a bit of an entrepreneur and dreamed of being able to support my family through art and homestead. And I couldn't have done it without the support and encouragement from the crochet community. So you guys are the best. I really appreciate just having groups that are welcoming and helpful, where I can go for advice on technique or pricing, or even finding just fun patterns to try. So if you are watching my channel and you're a member of one of my groups, thank you so much for your talent and your spirit, and just for being there to help make this world a brighter, kinder, and more colorful place. That's it for today's video. Be sure to check out the links below if there was something that I mentioned you would like to check out, and I'll link my shop down below where you can check out all the different crochet plushies and other items that I've been making lately. Smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, remember to be kind. In the comments, be kind to me, to each other, and ultimately to yourselves. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and stay creative.